All right, my faith story really starts at birth. My parents were going to church in Maine where I was born, uh, and we went to a congregational church. I was baptized at birth in the congregational church. I have very fond memories growing up there till I was 10. One of the things that sticks out from my time was Sunday school. I probably couldn't have been more than second grade or so. We had a Sunday school lesson where the teacher handed out little slips of paper with countries on them, and everyone was going to draw a country, and then we were supposed to eat a breakfast from that country, and it was kind of interesting because I drew, I think, the United Kingdom, and I got out like a waffle and some eggs, and just this big breakfast. And whoever got the America got the big breakfast, and everyone else in the class got a bowl of rice. It's kind of a big awakening that the world isn't around us isn't always what you think it is right around you immediately. It's a lot bigger, and that has far-reaching effects. So when I was 10, my family moved to Tulsa, Oklahoma, and we kind of went through about 4 or 5 years where we hit or miss. We went to church usually on holidays. We struggled trying to find a church that we really liked down there until we found a church in about 95 when I was about 15. We finally joined a Presbyterian church down there, and I got involved with the youth group. I tried really hard to get involved with the youth group, and it wasn't the best experience for me because they were kind of a group of friends, and I always felt like I was an outsider to them. But I did go through in that faith the confirmation class. I stayed active in church until I went to college, and I came up to the University of Kansas here, and then I really kind of fell out of church for a while. My last year, I got married to my wife, Melissa, and she remained going to church at her church. And when we joined, we had to go start looking for a church, and she got a job at the First Baptist Church there in Lawrence, working for the preschool. And so we were looking around for churches, and we were like, well, why don't we just try this church that I work at here? It looks pretty neat. And we set foot in the door and were instantly welcomed by many of you know the A-Days, Wilford and Janice. And they even came over to our apartment a couple days afterwards and delivered us a jar of jelly. Many of you know I'm heavily involved in Boy Scouts, and I had a lot of experiences going through high school in the wilderness, and I learned to have a great appreciation of the wilderness and kind of almost like a spiritual sense about it, to where you can really connect with God. And I feel that's kind of one of the things that really got me through, the not so great times of Scouts, when it rains or ices and snows and everyone's just miserable outside. There's always a higher power there that's protecting you. It's pretty powerful to think of. So I kind of carry that in my adult life quite a bit, where sometimes when life just gets you fed up, I try to just retreat to the wilderness. I think at this point I'm trying to start making an effort to start reading the Bible again. I don't know a lot about it, and through Bible studies and Sunday schools that I've been through it, there's a lot of curiosity I have with it, but I have a little bit of, I don't know, anxiety about it, because I'm not a very good reader. I read very slow, and I don't often understand everything I read. It takes me 2 or 3 times to read it, so it's going to be a long process, but it's something I'm trying to turn over the next page here, so to say, and just start reading it, and then see where that takes me in my faith journey with as far as church goes. I'm a highly service oriented person. I really like to serve and help wherever I can be of most help, utilizing my talents.